Have you ever got late to an important meeting or an occasion in your life? Well, if that's the case, then I'm very mutual with you in so many occasions back in the life that I've spent. But from 3 years onwards, I have changed this habit of getting late to wherever I attend or go. And there's a reason behind it. My dear Toastmaster Erandika, then my Evaluator Toastmaster Nelunde, and all the Toastmasters guests, those who are present here, newcomers, and my dear friends. Yeah, it was 3 years ago exactly that I stepped on this pathway, the innovative planning path. I used to be part of Toastmasters even before the Pathways program was introduced to Toastmasters fraternity. And by the time it was introduced, I had completed my Competent Communicator Manual. And I was halfway through my Advanced Leader Bronze Manual. So Pathways was something that we had to adapt to. It was the new program that the world was evolving. And I had to cherish each and every segment, absorbing every part of it. Yes, it was a good challenge for me. And on the other hand, I had to complete my ALB or the Advanced Leadership Bronze program and the ACB Advanced Communicator Bronze, both those traditional programs as well. So that's why I believe it took me 3 years to complete this path. Amidst this path, I was in the process of finishing the ACB and the ALB as well. So I remember the first speech I stepped in this Pathways journey. It was about myself. Just as I did it in my CC manual, I named my speech under Himanshu, which is the breakage of my name into 3 pieces. So in 2018, Toastmaster Ganeshamurthi was my evaluator. And I was the VPPR in my club back then. So along the line, I have been a VPPR. Then in 2019, I became a president. And in 2020, I became the immediate past president. So throughout all these years, Pathways was with me. Completing projects once in a while was always there. So I remember my second speech. So I like to recall all the speeches, the topics that I have chosen from the point I started this path. A walk to remember, a story about emotions. Then my third speech in the Pathways level 1, it was about Kottu. I did a research on Kottu. In the level 2, I did a speech on a partner for life who was my roommate in my boarding. And in the third level, I did a humorous speech, which was pretty much the same speech I did for my humorous contest, Caring and Sharing. It was all about the life I spent at the boarding. And then about networking and an elective project, A World Without Strangers, how I would like to network with people when I walk into a room full of strangers, but walk out knowing each and every one, according to my friend Asel. And then I did something on vocal variety, another elective project, The Sound of Silence. It was more like an educational presentation for many, those who remember. I think many of you all were there. Coming to the fourth level, it was about a worthy cause. Almsgiving we did for the Maharagama Cancer Hospital. They were always inspired by real life occasions. And in my level 5, a significant speech that I did, The Unseen Rewards, about a society that I had to create and then build up with one of my friends in the university, the Catholic Society. The journey, when looking back 3 years from now on, exactly on the 23rd of July, 2018. Now it's 28th of July, 2021. Yes, 3 years. The journey has been fruitful, privileging, and I can cherish each and every speech, all the titles, all my evaluators, starting from Ganeshamurthi to Prabhashri, to Devin, to Najma, Hansika, Nelundi, then Toastmaster Dhiren, visiting Toastmaster, then again Toastmaster Minon, Toastmaster Minoli, Toastmaster Dighayu, Toastmaster Sanara, Toastmaster Dhiri, Toastmaster Asil. I'm sorry if I haven't mentioned any of the names that evaluated me, but all these names, they were there for me. And I have evaluated so many speeches. When I look through my documents that I've collected in my laptop, the people that I've evaluated, the evaluation sheets, how much experience I've gained out of their knowledge, out of their speeches. Well, it is very stunning. I can cherish them. I get all in pink when I remember all those times. So, in the end, what is it all about? We might tend to think that taking 3 years to complete a path, isn't it too late? Well, let me explain. I think we have gathered here right on time. Even though you shouldn't get late to attend something, some things in life happens to you right on time. Just like I have come to this point of my life to complete this path after 3 years I've started it. So in my third year, I remember certain things that took place. During my internship, I lost time. I couldn't complete my projects. It was a time of hectic work. And in my fourth year, I remember the corona first wave hitting, and then the breakdown of a romantic chapter of my life. A recovery stage. Then I lost my track. And in the fourth year, the end, another start of a romantic chapter. So all these times, they have given me so much of incidents to speak on. A life is not all about rushing and just finishing off. I was waiting for the correct moment, the correct time to do a speech with my life experience until I felt it to the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my brains. The brain cells could feel the vibrance that I was feeling good about my own improvement. When I felt that I was somewhere than before I was when 3 years ago, that is when I decided that it's time, it's high time that I finish my path, and I think I've reached all the aspects of the objectives or the purpose of this path. Innovative planning has given me nothing but to plan. Plan. And for the third time, plan ahead. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. So, exactly in my pace, things takes place when I plan and do it with my gut feeling and according to my intuitive. So all I've got to say at this point of my completion, you all are here right on time. Maybe this is your first day as your Toastmasters journey begins. But this moment, you must cherish for the rest of your life because you all are in pink when you're finishing this meeting. At the end of this meeting, you will all feel that the gut, the intuitive will tell you inside, into your brain, it will absorb the feeling of feeling good about this meeting, and ahead, there's a long way for you all to go. Now let me conclude. There will always come a time that there seems the path ends. So now I do see that there's something finishing. But sometimes the end is not the exact ending. Even though you die, yeah, it's not the end. In our reality, we're not ending anything, we are just pausing. It's all temporary. The temporariness gives us the hope to keep moving on forward. There's no such ending anywhere. So I think you all are right on time to do everything in your life. Maybe to have a girlfriend, maybe to have a car, maybe to have your own vehicle. Yeah, you're not late. Don't compare with your friend. These days, my biggest problem, our biggest problem, to be honest, like most of my friends are getting married. Well, how can you just marry when you've not met the right person? Maybe when you're not prepared enough. Yes. So it's always good to remember that you work in your own time zone. It's all your own timeline. So that's the biggest part that I learned through this pathway. You can plan ahead, but the plans doesn't exactly have to take place in the exact timing that you have planned them. There's always a plan which you can't really define, which is working according to the nature's plans. And maybe you can align with them. But those will also not take place if you don't plan enough. So it's always a middle path. You have to plan, but you have to be volatile. And things are temporary, and things might take place, might not. It's always the acceptance that gives you a hope and happiness. If you're not happy, then you must accept it. If you're happy, then build hope and work towards the next goal. But always be content with what you've gained. So that's why I say we all are right on time to finish anything or start anything. It's always your own effort that gives you what you really deserve. Back to you, Sumant.
A very good evening, Toastmasters. Tell me, I would like to answer. I would like to ask a small question from all of you. Why did you wake up in today morning? Maybe because you have to complete your lectures, to attend your lectures, or maybe if you have a special function, or maybe if you have some important work to be done. So in all these three, we can see one thing common: a purpose. So my fellow Toastmasters, success is nothing without a purpose. The reason for success is the constant purpose that keeps on knocking on your door, that always keeps helping you or making you enthusiastic about what you do. So, in whatever you do, maybe in the simplest things, maybe the first thing you do, waking up and stepping out of your bed, make sure to have a purpose in your mind of how well are you going to achieve your day to day? How well are you going to execute your day to day? How well are you going to plan your day to day? Success is nothing but the mere effort of how enthusiastic or how motivated you are in doing your own work. The happier you are, the happier you get on doing your work. And at the end, you end up being a very happy person in the pink, and also you'll be cherishing your wonderful day. Back to you.
And the first speaker, Toastmaster Dighayu. What an amazing speech it was. Even though you look tired, your speech wasn't tired, okay? The good points I loved in your speech was you had a well structured speech. I didn't feel it as an impromptu speech, it was like almost like a prepared speech. And the second thing, you had a great ending. Whenever you finish your speech, you give out a message for us to think for a weeks. So this speech also felt the same, but I think you are tired with the works, the district works, and all now busy with the district stuff. The thing I missed in your speech, I know you as a very jovial speaker who always includes some kind of a the funny thing into your speech. I missed it really today, that's funny part. And the second thing was eye contact. I was missing it. I don't know whether it was visible for others. I was like not able to see you maintaining the eye contact throughout your speech. And the third thing is monotonous. I felt the speech was throughout monotonous because you were tired. It was very clearly visible that you were tired. Otherwise, Toastmaster Dighayu, it was a great speech, and hope to see you doing more amazing speeches in future. But make sure you include that small jokes here and there in your speech, because that makes you who you are as a speaker. Moving to the second speaker, Toastmaster Malki. Toastmasters Malki, I think this is your first table topic speech. But trust me, Toastmaster Monkey, I never felt it was your first speech. You were so confident with what you were speaking, and you were so comfortable with the Toastmasters crowd, even though it's your first speech. And what I loved in your speech was you were doing the speech in Sandy Persia, I guess. And the second thing, you had a good eye contact. And third thing, the vocal variation. I felt it from the beginning. It's hard for us even to maintain the vocal variation, but in your speech, I felt that. And the next thing, even though you are a good speaker, there are small here and there rooms for improvement. I would like to suggest them too. The first thing is, yeah, I felt a bit rushed. I thought you were running throughout the speech when you were doing the speech. So what you can do is you can have small pauses in your speech in between, which can slow your pace, and the audience can grab what you are saying. So hereafter, when you are doing speech, make it a bit slower. And the third thing was your hand gestures. Sometimes I felt it was not appropriate that much for what you are speaking. So make sure you use your hand in a proper way, where what you speak should be related to what the hand gestures goes on. With otherwise, your speech was very great for the first try itself. Kudos on the courage you took to become a volunteer when they asked for you. Hope to see you doing more great speeches in future.